Hi everybody, Bryan Smith here for the 52 Weeks of Music blog. It's Tuesday and a little Red Couch Diary for you. If you're looking to buy a guitar for a person on your Christmas list, I'm going to give you the lowdown on what guitars to buy, what guitars not to buy, and how to choose that present for the special songwriter on your Christmas list, or your Hanukkah list, or your Kwanzaa list, or whatever list that you have if you're giving presents out for people. That's coming up on this episode of the Red Couch Diaries. Hey, if you're wondering about what guitar to choose as a gift, this video is for you. Hey, thanks for coming back. Bryan Smith here for the 52 Weeks of Music blog. You know, there's all kinds of guitars that you could have and play, and they're getting better and better all the time. I got to tell you that most of the guitars that we have here in the United States are not even built here. I think the Gibson factory is still here. I think some Fenders are still made here, but a lot of those guitars have been licensed out to people overseas. And a whole bunch of tweets are going on. And you know, what's happened is that the manufacturing process has gotten just a little bit better. The tolerances are a little bit tighter, and the guitars that they're producing are of really, really good quality. So if you want to start learning to play guitar, that was a great time to do it. There are lots of instruments that you could get. There are two basic types. There is the acoustic guitars, and then there are the electric guitars. Now there's a combination of the two with guitars that have pickups in them, but they look very differently. In fact, I'll show you this one right here. This is a guitar that I bought at a yard sale for $25. Now this it has some scratches on it, as you can see, and if you I don't know whether you can really see this or not, but it actually had a break in this part of the neck, right? You can see that they glued that back together. And when I purchased it, I was thinking, well, you know, actually what I did was I was looking to get this guitar, the pink one, and well, I was actually looking to get this one, but I told them I wanted the pink one, that I was just going to put them up on the wall as art. And you know, I paint my guitars anyway, just because I like the look of it and like it to be different than anybody else's guitars. And plus, when you're a singer-songwriter and people are asking, hey, who is that guy up there on the stage, and you don't have a sign or anything, hey, promote your website if you can, in all possibilities. But I call this the black hole guitar because that's kind of what the picture is. It's of a black hole sucking in light and planets and stars and stuff like that. So I just thought it was kind of cool. But like I say, I bought this for $25 and I took a chance on it. Now it is a Washburn guitar. So I noticed that brand name and I thought, wow, well, this would probably be okay. But at the time, it didn't have strings on it. So I had no idea if the neck was even in tune or whether it was going to play or whatever. This style of guitar is called a dreadnought guitar. Now this one has a little cutout here in it so that you can get to the upper frets just a little bit more easily. And like I say, I bought this guitar for $25. It's a good guitar. It holds a tune very, very well. Most of the guitars that you're going to find out there, this also has a pickup built into it. It's a bridge pickup, so it has a transducer right underneath here, and you plug it in through the strap lock like this. Most guitars in this style are not going to have this type of cutout over here, right? They'll just have this type of shape. And this is a shape, the dreadnought shape was invented by the Martin Company. And it was named, get this, after a British battleship type, the dreadnought. Right, so that's and it's just the guitar shape has been copied. So this is the basic guitar, and they make them in several different sizes. Okay, so if you've got a player that is like under the age of 12 or 13, you might want to consider a smaller size, like a 3/4 size, or maybe even a travel guitar size. And you can get them in all different price ranges. The biggest differences in the quality of the guitars and the price range is going to be the wood that they are made of, who makes them as far as a brand name is concerned, like this one has the Washburn name right on it. And also a couple of the items, like the pickups might be a little bit different, the electronics might be a little bit different in the more expensive models, and the tuning keys might be just a little bit different. right? If you'll notice, and put this one down and pick up this particular guitar, right, which is not made by a really well-known manufacturer, but if you go out, this is one of those first act guitars, right, that you see in the cases, and they're really cheap. This one, of course, was totally pink. It has one what they call a humbucking pickup, which has 2 coils to it. It's the usual pickup that's in a Gibson Les Paul guitar to decrease the hum that's in there. It's not the single coils like you would find in a Fender Stratocaster or a Telecaster. It has a volume and a tone knob. Now, for a beginning guitar, this type of stuff doesn't really matter. As long as it picks up, as long as you have volume, as long as you have tone, you're still beginning and looking for a sound, right? So and the guitar actually plays very well. This one, again, I bought for $25 at a yard sale. I did not know whether it was going to play well or not, but I thought, well, I'll tune it up and see. And I actually had to use the little truss rod adjustment here. You take this cover off, and there's a rod in the neck of the guitar that allows it to either bow up or bow out the other way, so that the string tension along the fretboard is equal, and you don't get buzzes when you go up the fret. They you know. And this guitar, again, it's actually a very nice guitar. I'm very pleased with it. I'd play it anywhere. I'd take it anywhere. But you can see that on this guitar, the tuning keys are probably not as high a quality as on the Washburn. Also, the body of the guitar is probably not an exotic rosewood or mahogany or something like that. It's probably just a solid piece of wood. And musicians will tell you all day long, oh, it makes such a difference on the type of wood that you use. But the truth is, it really doesn't, especially when you don't even know how to play. Right? You should concentrate on learning how to play and get an instrument that you like. Right? Now, this is super important for moms and dads, because if your son wants the guitar with the death metal skulls on it and all that kind of stuff, get him the guitar with the death metal skulls. If you get him anything else, he might not even want to pick it up and play it. And the idea is that he wants to play the kind of music that he wants to play, or she wants to play the kind of music that she wants to play. And if you're telling them, oh, no, you need to learn this, you need to learn that, then you're probably going to alienate them. I remember when I first started playing guitar when I was in 6th grade. I had a guitar teacher that was good, not a great guitar teacher, not a great guitar player, but he taught me stuff that I liked. Right? We talked songs. I learned stuff that I wanted to learn. And then my mom said, well, you know what? Since he's not that great of a teacher, I'm going to hook you up with his guitar teacher, who was an old guy. And I started taking lessons from this guy, and it was terrible. I mean, yes, we learned notes, and yes, we learned stuff, but it was not fun anymore. And by the time I got into junior high, I also picked up a trumpet, and I started playing in the band, and my guitar got left behind because I just wasn't learning the kind of songs that I wanted to learn. So give them the stuff that they want and let them make that choice. But if you'll notice, this guitar is actually very well constructed. They are very cheap. It has a bolt-on neck, right? Nice little place for the electronics. It doesn't have a whole lot, but remember, you know, like a Telecaster guitar, one from Fender that's very noticeable and very recognizable, only has one pickup too. It actually has 2 pickups, but you can only use one of them at a time. So make it a guitar that they want to use. And if they want to paint on it, let them paint on it. You know, I love this guitar because it's customized, it's personalized for me. My favorite guitars, so I'm going to show you my 2 best guitars. And they are, and also it doesn't really matter the case that you get. If you notice, this case over here is just like a fiberboard case. This one over here is really my working guitar. I'll show that one to you last, but since I just showed you the electric guitar, let me show you an electric guitar that I love. This one I call Starlight, and I could have purchased any guitar that I wanted to, but I purchased this particular one for a lot of specific reasons. I really like the Ibanez brand. Again, it's an overseas guitar, but the quality of them is really good. Several of the guitar players that I really admire, Steve Morse, and several others have custom guitars that they had Ibanez actually make. And if you'll notice, again, it has bolt-on neck, right? Compartments for the electronics. This has a whammy bar on it too for the tremolo, where you can go woo, 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 with a little bar here. I took that off, did not use it. I never even put it on because as a guitar player, I'm not ready to make that type of sound yet. And I recognize that. I'm still learning the scales and learning all the notes on the fretboard and really ramping up my just technical part before I start learning any specialty stuff with a whammy bar. So again, it's a very simple guitar. Volume control, tone control. This one is a little bit different because it is kind of a Gibson Les Paul and Stratocaster combination, right? It has the two humbucking pickups like a Les Paul would have, but if you take away those halves of that, it has the three pickups that a Stratocaster would have, right? And it also has a 5-way little switch here that lets you switch between the double coil, or these two, or this one right here in the middle, or these two, or this one right here as the neck pickup. So it's got a lot of sounds, both Stratocaster sounds, both Les Paul sounds, and I really enjoyed the flexibility of that. This guitar retails for about $350. I got it at Sweetwater for $180. Right? I order a lot of stuff off Sweetwater because I find that their prices are really good and their customer service is really good as well. It's a really nice guitar. I play it all the time. I play it every single day, and I have light strings on it too, which is another thing that helps you with your calluses. If you'll notice, I've got some pretty good calluses going on there. And I love this guitar. I take it with me everywhere, and well, not everywhere, because my working guitar is this one right over here. And I strongly encourage you to have both an electric guitar and an acoustic guitar if you are learning to play. There are certain things that you can play on an acoustic guitar that you can't play really well on an electric guitar, and there are certain things on an electric guitar that you really can't play on an acoustic. Now this one is my favorite guitar. She has a name, but it's a secret name, and I'm not going to reveal that to you. It is a Ibanez as well, and it is one of those styles that is different from the classical Dreadnought. Again, it has cutouts here so that you can get to the top frets really, really well. I chose this guitar because it's a great combination of an acoustic and an electric. It is also thinner, if you'll notice, than this guitar. So it's a little bit lighter. The tuning mechanisms on it are really good. It again has a bridge pickup here and some electronics here and a built-in tuner. So it plays really well. It's light, so it's not really heavy. I can play with it a long time. It's very well made, and again, it has the curvature of an electric guitar, and I can put a distortion pedal on it if I want to. So it's a great, oh, by the way, this one was, again, $180. It was up from $300 or something like that. I bought this one at Sam Ash Music because it was blue. They did not have one that was blue on Sweetwater, or else I would have bought it from them. And I love it. I have this little thing here on the end here. This is a pad for a GoPro, so I can stick a GoPro on there, and I can either look at the audience or I can look at me. Just, kind of a nice little feature for doing videos and that kind of thing. So if you were looking for a guitar to buy, purchase, to gift to somebody here on your Christmas Kwanzaa gifting list, or however you want to do it, those are the ideas. Get a guitar that will fit the person and the personality of the person you want to give it to. If they want a pink guitar, give them a pink guitar. If they want something that shredder metal people use, get them one of those. If they're a little bit younger, get them a smaller size guitar. Ibanez is making a 3/4 inch body guitar, it's like 70% as big of as a regular guitar, that is very inexpensive and really, really nice instruments. Buy a used guitar if you can, but I strongly recommend that you, again, get a guitar that the person who is going to play it wants to play it. Because if they don't play it, then the instrument's just going to sit and gather dust. So I hope you enjoyed that. There's all kinds of ranges of instruments. Go out and get one for the person on your gift list that is in your budget and makes them happy, and that'll make you happy. I hope you enjoyed this little video, and I hope you hit the subscribe button and enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. Thanks for tuning in for this Red Couch Diaries, and have yourself a wonderful holiday season. Hey, I hope you enjoyed the video and it helps you pick out a guitar for that special someone on your holiday list.